There are tons of girls around Ronaldo Jr. Everyone wants to be his girlfriend. It even showed up in some photos. So who is Junior's love? Before answering that question, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like the video, because I only share content about Junior on this channel. I'm sure you'll like the others too. As you know, Ronaldo Jr. has wanted to be a soccer player since he was a child, and it was clear that he would be a very good player even when he was only 5 years old. That's why most girls are trying to date him, because it seems certain that Junior will be very famous in the future. Most women like to have a famous husband, but Cristiano Ronaldo has imposed a ban on Junior in this regard. Before getting into the ban, let me tell you about some of the problems footballers can face at this age. There are two negative effects of hanging out with girls at a young age. The first is getting on the radar of girls with bad intentions. For example, Lamine Yamal met a girl before the European Championship, but this girl's only goal was to become famous. She seemed to be having a great time with Yamal. They even went on vacation together, but one evening, she was seen on live TV having fun with another man. So, this girl's only goal was to use Yamal's fame to become famous herself. Footballers can marry girls like this at a young age, and recently, the number of footballers getting married at a young age has increased significantly. For example, Endrick, Arda Güler, and Phil Foden. I hope their wives are good people, but getting married is really a risky situation. As for the restrictions, they are entirely for Junior's benefit. Cristiano Ronaldo is currently the most experienced person in football. He has been playing football for 20 years and has scored 936 goals in his career so far. He has won countless awards, but he still has goals. You might think his goal is to score 1,000 goals or win another Ballon d'Or, but his real goal is to be a good father and, most importantly, to pass on his experience to his son in the right way. Sometimes he doesn't play in matches just to focus on Junior's education. For example, 2 weeks ago, Junior had his first match with the Portuguese national team. Ronaldo was supposed to be in Saudi Arabia during this time, but he took special leave and went to be with his son. By the way, if you think Ronaldo is a great father, like the video. Of course, he also imposes certain restrictions on Junior to raise him better. Some of these restrictions are related to food, some to sleep, and some to life in general. For example, Ronaldo Jr. is never allowed to eat chocolate or fatty foods. He has a special dietitian who constantly monitors him. Cristiano Ronaldo sat him down when he was just 7 years old and talked to him about this, saying that if he wants to be a footballer, he must pay close attention to his diet. Similarly, his sleep schedule is strictly regulated, and deviating from these set hours is prohibited. For example, Junior never uses technological devices after 10 p.m. to avoid affecting his sleep. Cristiano Ronaldo does the same thing. He mentioned this in an interview. Additionally, if you use technological devices after 10 p.m. in Ronaldo's house, you are punished by not being allowed to use any technological devices for a week. Junior falls asleep around 11 p.m. and wakes up at 7 a.m. He gets to sleep during the most productive hours. Now let's talk about the rules related to life. Cristiano Ronaldo doesn't want his son to ever date any girl, because the girlfriends he has now will only hinder his success in football. He might go out with his girlfriends instead of going to training, or the girls he hangs out with might just be using his fame. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, there are countless examples of this among footballers. Footballers who spend too much time with women at a young age generally don't perform perform well and retire early. That's why most footballers stay away from girls. For example, Jude Bellingham never spoke to any women until last year because his career hadn't settled yet. But after transferring to Real Madrid, he performed well, and now he has proven himself. That's why he met a girl. Of course, there are also footballers who don't take risks even later on. For example, Kylian Mbappe doesn't plan to meet any women until the end of his career. That's why he's been going to every event alone for years. His goal is to focus better on football. Ronaldo also has a lot of experience in this area. In his youth, he dated countless women. He knows very well how women view famous footballers. That's why he doesn't want his son to date girls so that he can focus better on football. But could Junior have a girlfriend? Because there's always a girl by his side. He sat and talked with girls, and you've all seen the videos of him hanging out. There were even girls who went to watch his matches. On social media, everyone thought these girls were the ones Junior was having fun with, but that's not the case at all. You'll be very surprised when you find out the truth. As most of you know, Cristiano Ronaldo's family is quite large. After his father passed away, the entire burden of this large family fell on Cristiano Ronaldo's shoulders. At the time, Ronaldo was playing for Manchester United. When he came to Portugal to attend his father's funeral, he made a decision. From then on, he would take his family with him wherever he went. First, he went to Manchester and bought a beautiful villa there. Everyone could comfortably fit in this villa. He then returned to Portugal and discussed the situation with his mother. Although she initially refused, she eventually agreed because she did not want to be separated from her son. At the time, his siblings were not yet married. They all moved to Manchester together and began to live in better conditions. Over time, the family grew even larger, and Ronaldo's mother had grandchildren. When Ronaldo transferred to Real Madrid, he took his family with him again. This continued in Italy as well. Whenever Cristiano transferred to a new place, the contract clause now included a large house. When he finally came to Al Nassr, he also mentioned this to the management. The club officials provided him with exactly the house he wanted, so this time the entire family moved to Saudi Arabia. But what really interests us is who these girls are. As I mentioned earlier, Cristiano Ronaldo takes his family with him wherever he goes. These girls could be his cousins or other relatives who live in the same house as Junior, so most likely Junior still doesn't have a girlfriend. If you ask me, I hope he doesn't, because any relationship at this age can have a negative impact on his life. If Junior thinks too much about the girls, his career will definitely suffer. And that brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like the video so we can meet again in the next one.